All right, so it's Darren's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! All right,
21
I actually have I have a present for you.
Oh
Let's
shit!
see. Hold on, it's right here.
is more clothes.
Let's see.
Hey, bro, did you ever get those hats you?
Oh, you mean this?
Oh shit!
You mean this hat?
Oh wait. Oh, I didn't think they'd be so nice.
Oh wow, these are really. Oh, it has new era.
I thought
How'd
you were
do
gonna-
that?
I thought you were gonna get a weird flat one.
Well, it is your birthday, but everyone gets one.
Yeah, it is. Wait, this is dope. This is like
Yeah, it's the one that you.
very similar
you
to the brand I won't say.
You're supposed to take this off. Or
the
is
hidden
it
brand.
Cool? Is it hip?
You can probably take. I mean, I was gonna take mine
I
off.
think the hip kids leave it on.
I'm not leaving that on.
Never.
Should I wear
It
it to
was a
the
little
casino?
ASMR.
Going to the casino.
I'm
though.
gonna
If
wear
you
this-
both wear that, I feel like they're gonna be like, "Wait, hold on, are they in they're in a secret?"
up level their money.
Gambling.
Dude, now I'm never gonna wear the other one I have. Fuck that brand.
Isn't it like the same? I mean, you can't see, but yeah, it looks good. Is it the same? It's like the same kind of material.
Yeah, like the mesh kind of.
It's like it's called what's it called? Performance something.
Wait,
Performance hat?
oh, it's Velcro. Oh, this is even better.
These are nice.
That's what happens when you pay like $150 for 3 hats, which isn't that bad for. I expected it to be like a stamp on or something, but it's embroidered.
So this is super nice.
Yeah.
Put it in the
Hey, how are
that
you?
camera right there, real quick. Nah. Oh, there it is. Hey, keep it right there. Perfect. Yeah, there's the hat. Okay, cool. That's it.
This is sick.
All right. So what's the next thing on the agenda? Talking about updates. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jaren bought his ticket.
Oh yeah, I did buy my ticket after I think the last podcast. Darren was
Yeah,
like, "You're
we,
not gonna buy your
we
ticket."
recorded like 3 episodes and you didn't get it yet.
I did
so.
finally buy it.
So how many more days until the marathon?
I just wrapped up yesterday. I wrapped up week 13 out of 20. So that was a 16-mile run, and my kneecaps felt like they were gonna explode.
That's what you're saying.
You still have a lot of time. You have 49 days left.
Yeah,
7 weeks.
Yeah, still 7. Well, this is the start of week 14, so yeah.
Well, that's a lot better than I thought. I thought you literally had like a month.
And you just ran
No.
how many miles did you just run as your big
16. 16 was, and if I'm being honest, I don't really I haven't stayed super consistent with the whole training plan that I've been doing, or that I've been following. I just, at the bare minimum, I run twice a week and I make sure I do the long run. So, but ideally it's 4 runs a week, and it's like this week was supposed to be, let's see, I have this picture right here. 1 second.
Now you have some branding because you forgot your shirt there, bro.
I know.
Looking good.
Hold on.
But yeah, so while you're finding that, so mine, I was telling them as like right before, but I was trying to eat Chipotle every day for 90 days, but it was just to go out and like get the stuff and like it was just kind of a pain in the butt. And then I was like out of town for 2 days, so like the stuff I was like, well, it's gonna go bad anyway. So I've just been like making sure to still eat right and not like go crazy with anything. And then also I have been doing the treadmill just because it's like the access is easy. It's literally in the garage. So I'm hitting that about 5 days out of the week. And then yesterday it was the first time I weighed under 200. It was like 199.2.
And what did you start at?
I started at 10, like almost 107. Or I'm sorry, 207.
Yeah, okay. 7 pounds.
I gained 100 pounds.
So the technically this week I was supposed to run a 5, a 7, a 5, and a 16, but I only ran a 5 and a 16. So but I've been hitting the gym hard.
You're still running. I mean, I think once you're at 16 miles, you can push to the 23 if you had to. But
26,
you
but
still,
yeah.
and you still have 50. You still have, oh, it's 26.
Yeah,
And
but
you still
I
have
mean,
50 days.
If it came down to it, I think I could do it.
What's another 15 miles?
Yeah.
Or 12
Next week,
miles.
next week's only, I think the long run's only 16 too, and then it goes to 18. But
So all that being said, Jaren's on track to hit the marathon.
I'm
So
lonely.
what about you?
No running. It's tough. I mean, when I do have to run, it ends up being around 8 or 9 p.m. after the gym. And then the only way I could see it fit best is if I were to run and not work out on days. But I just rather work out. I think I'd rather focus on getting bigger. And Jaren's also kind of taking over the running aspect of it all. Like, I want to start something. I don't know what yet. But maybe it's a insane challenge where I do like 6 or 30 days where I track my protein and I drink or drink water, no drinking, and I don't know, something like that.
What was like the goal of like running in the first place? Was it just to literally just do it?
So I think I want to eventually pick up the running when I have more time, but I think the ideal athletic, like most optimized body is someone who can run and lift weights.
So the goal is just to fit
The most
that.
optimized, I guess, healthy body you can have. And I think running is part of, or some type of, at least having better cardio. And I'm not there, but
It's like the mental toughness side of things too, though, because it's like there's something
Doing
about just
something.
being able to go out and just run like 20 miles.
You take that from Joe Santagato? Do you
No.
remember him saying that? No.
No.
That's literally, he was just like, he would always talk about like, oh yeah, I'm going to go run. And I literally only run just because I don't like doing it. That was like his
Yeah,
thing.
I don't necessarily like doing it. I think
I think it's just so boring. Like
eventually I want to get to a
tried.
point where like I can just like run without any kind of headphones and just like go out there and just like
Like a
be
damn
in,
psycho.
yeah, in mental solitude. But I just listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Been listening to Andy.
Andy
Andy F.
Frisella. I was listening to Nick Bears yesterday. He had Matthew McConaughey on it. I didn't realize he was that famous to have like a. Like
Is that
big-
he's like the scientist guy?
No, this is like the hybrid athlete guy. So he's BMP Supplements is his company.
Okay.
But yeah, I was listening to him yesterday. I was gonna say something else. Oh, the ultimate goal is to run an Ironman. I just saw that there was an Ironman in Honolulu, so we should do that. You guys can go with me, but
Go for
I'll
a trip. What's an Ironman?
So it's I want to say like a 200 something mile bike ride, a marathon, and then I think like a 4 or 5 mile swim.
So it's just a mega triathlon?
Yeah, it's double a triathlon. I think. Is what the,
got
yeah,
it.
Yeah, so the triathlon is just half of an Ironman.
There was a guy. There's some guy, not David Goggins, obviously, but there's a guy that like did.
Iron Cowboy.
What's that?
That's the guy who did 50 consecutive Ironmans in 50 consecutive days in 50
That's
different
it.
states, which is just
What?
absolutely wild.
That's
the
stupid.
planning though.
Yeah, well, that's what like yeah he just.
Well, I mean, he probably like has to get like that's all he did.
said by,
his
like,
whole
day
life, like
3,
sponsors, like.
I think day 3 he lost all his toenails.
Did you complete it?
Yeah, he did.
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Dude absolutely destroyed his body.
30 days or 60 days?
50.
Oh, 50 states.
50
That
days,
is
50
so
states,
dumb.
50 Ironman.
Just the logistics of that too is like,
I
how do you
know.
find
Yeah.
a marathon
Crazy
in each
planning.
place?
I need to find one.
How long does
Well,
it
no,
take?
they're all
You said you
Ironman
need to
races.
find one?
I need to find that video.
Oh.
He probably just makes his own. It's probably not like an event. It's probably him just
Oh,
like,
I
okay.
see what you're saying.
Well,
It's
it's,
just like,
yeah, it was all very specific Ironman, but he was able to like plan. I don't even know how he planned 50 consecutive. You know, like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
probably had to jump around.
When do you sleep?
I
Like,
don't
how
know
long does an
long-
Ironman
on the
take?
plane?
It takes a minute. I mean,
Like
I would
6
I would
hours?
imagine it probably takes. I mean, if you do them regularly, you get decent times. But
Well, no,
I would
'cause
imagine
I'm-
it's like an all day kind of thing. Probably like 10
Yeah.
hours. Well, maybe even more than that.
Just the marathon alone is already
Yeah.
2.5, 3.
I mean, if you're at
Hey
a
Siri, what's the average Ironman time? I don't know. She didn't even.
the length of the Iron Man movie is 2 hours.
I don't know what.
All right. Well, I mean, so what's the official date of the marathon again?
March 19th. Yeah, March 19th. It's on a Sunday.
That's like 40 days, right? March 19th, because it's a. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I was thinking there was only a month and a half, but that'll be good. Yeah, we'll all go out there and record it, and maybe I don't know what the logistics of our bringing a drone. I might
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, what would they do if you had a drone?
probably not at the
They'd shoot
because
it
at the
down.
oceanfront, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, so probably won't let you do that, but we can strap you up with a GoPro.
There
on
we
your
go.
Chest,
Yeah.
and then I mean that might I don't know how eventful that would look, but just like bouncing for
26
yeah,
miles.
27 miles. Okay, so let's jump into the like how overall like the business side, socials, because we've been doing updates on that. So we'll give us because you guys have been doing a good portion of that. I've been just doing some of the other videos.
So
but
I have some numbers on the socials, and I mean this is mainly focusing on Instagram because TikTok.
It's still. I think we still are blowing up from like
it's
that
more of a
one
slow.
video.
It's more
Yeah,
of a
exactly.
slow growth. Like we're slowly getting like up to like 800 views per video and maybe 60, 70 likes. But it's no like huge bumps like Instagram. So Instagram had a rough week. We are 11 days ago. We went on a big slump where we went for 8 days. We only had one post out of 24 videos.
yeah,
So we posted 24 times and only one video popped above like 50 views. These other videos were all getting like 40 views. And this is coming off of having good days where we would get like 10,000 views, 15,000 views on good videos. And we went these 8 days with nothing. And
Down bad.
And I mean, we were talking, we looked at the content.
Cataclysmic.
I think some of the content was just not as great as we had been posting.
Yeah.
We messed around with some of the lighting on the videos and how we filmed the videos. But just though it didn't switch too much. I don't know, completely honest, what happened. But in the last 3 days, we've gone 8 for 9 on really, really high like to view ratios. So in the last 3 days, 8 out of the 9 videos have all popped off 300 to like 1,000 likes. One of them, what did you post, Jaron? 1,600 likes,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I think
Oh,
that's the
dang.
highest.
How many views did that one have?
Only 13,000 views.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the ratio seems to be getting better.
Yeah. So what we were just like talking about right before too is like thinking that the algorithm now is at a point where it's like it's pushing it off to the right people.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of it pushing it to like a bunch of random people, now it's like, okay, it's less people, but it's more people that would be like somewhat interested in whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
So I think that also helps. But yeah, I mean, when you go 8 days, like we were talking about too, like setting the expectations of because we were like consistently hitting like, okay, like once a day we'll get like one that pops off. I think the other like dry spell that we had was like maybe at 2 days that we just didn't hit something.
Yeah.
And then it was just 8 days, just nothing. So,
Yeah, it was-
I'm curious, like how did you guys feel in that time, like overall of like, we'll keep it broad and then like just overall feelings.
It was,
I think at first first initial thing, we cast the blame on Instagram. We're like, oh, we're shadow banned.
Yeah.
It's not us. Like we kept posting the same stuff for 2 or 3, 4 days before we were like, okay, something's off.
yeah, we knew.
Yeah.
We were just like, well, this happens sometimes. Like we've had like this where we'll get like 50 views, so just keep posting. And then
Yeah.
it kept going, and we were like, oh. We're like, okay, so what are we doing wrong,
It was just-
basically?
yeah, it was like
We're-
8 days.
Darren texted one day, and he's like, all right, what are we doing wrong?
I mean, I think I just listened to a podcast from Apparel Success, and it was specifically on like posting every day, and like sometimes if it's not going the right way, like you need to sit down and have an honest review of what you're doing,
Yeah.
because it's not working for a reason. It's on you at the end of the day. And so that's what we did, and we changed it up a little bit, and then also just stayed consistent. And I feel like it's a little reward.
We didn't really
staying
change it up
consistent.
that much, though. That's the thing, is that like even like through that, we were like, we keep posting, we post more.
Yeah.
Like we just keep posting, and eventually it just like kind of worked itself out.
Yeah. Well, and that's like, I know I turned each of these like things that we're talking about into like mini lessons, but like on that same thing, and we've talked about it before, it's like a lot of people would just be like, after they posted 2 or 3 or 5, or I mean, we hit what, 24? That
24
didn't pop up.
posts,
Yeah.
that in a row, and that's a lot. Like when you think about it, if you think about posting, getting a comment, making a video, editing,
Yeah.
filming the video, 24 posts is kind of annoying to do all that work.
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah, it's
no
not just
results.
easy to think of 3 posts a day.
Yeah.
I mean, each post for me can take 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, like 30. I would say like 30 to 45 minutes, just because it's like you got to find like the music that's gonna go right with it, and then the caption, and then you have to find the caption like actually that's on the video, and then you got to make another caption.
Yeah.
so that's not copying that. So
Yeah. And I think I was listening to Hermosi. This was like months ago, but like I just remembered when he was talking about this, and like the reason that he was able to grow really, really quickly on social media was because he just put so much stuff out there. Because when you take like the comparison between, let's say, three times a day is a lot, like in anyone's comparison. Like most people will post like maybe 3 times a week, right? Or like even once a day. But when you take, because we're posting 3 times a day, we can so much quicker see what works and what doesn't. And we just are constantly creating that feedback loop, because like in a week's long time, right, whatever that math is, what's 7 times 8? 42?
7 times 8 is 56.
56.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So 7 times 3. So 21. So we're doing 21 posts in a week. For someone that's only doing once a day, it's going to take them 21 days to see the results of what they're doing, and that we just see in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the important thing there though is like if you're not seeing, like in that amount of time, if you're not seeing the results that you want, a lot of time it's just easy to be like, oh yeah, like we're just gonna quit, or like we're gonna stop. And there's so many people that would be like, again, they would go through the 7 or 10 posts and be like, well, this is like not worth it or whatever. But we just keep posting.
We've actually made a big amount of, or a pretty good change from like what we initially started posting to where we are now.
Like the quality?
No, just like the style of posting, like, and a lot of small changes too. But like, remember when we first started, it was like, all right, we're gonna post a workout video, and it's gonna be
like the motivational
music.
speech.
It's
stuff.
gonna be like music or like with lyrics. But now we're like at like the point we're at now, where it's different. So we have like made that progression where like we're like, okay, this really isn't working. People don't really like this as much compared to like.
I think it's more of, I think that stuff works, but I think like as we're starting, the goal is to make it really short, snappy, and like, short and snappy and something that people can relate to, so that we like get the engagement and like views and stuff. But when we get to a point where we have 50,000 followers on each of the platforms, I think it'll be a lot easier to experiment with stuff because people are like more bought into us as opposed to like the type of content. Because there's a ton of videos that do that exact same thing where it's just quotes that just like do crazy.
They already have like a big following though that like.
Yeah, so and I think that's the other thing too is like if we look at what other people are doing and like the successes of their pages, but then you also scroll back to the beginning of when they started making videos, it's like you'll see that their experimentation of like, oh, like this doesn't work, and they see one video that like pops off and they do it again, and it's like, oh, here's like my style, you know. So
yeah,
I think we're still trying to find that.
And then now we're adding in your side of it where we're having like sit down videos where we talk about what it takes when you're actually trying to grow the brand and giving tips. And like you had 4 videos where I'm sure you put a lot of time into where they didn't like perform too well. And we just had one where you're talking about the fitness industry. Someone commented the fitness industry is too saturated to start like a fitness channel in it. And that video is doing super good. And it's just you sitting down talking about the struggles and what you have to do to be able to grow. So it's good to see that. I think it's more personable and generates better followers.
Yeah. And that I started posting those on the YouTube channel. What I'm thinking is like for YouTube like shorts and the content over there, I want it to be more of like us documenting the journey. So it's and less about like just the kind of generic like fitness motivation.
Gym,
yeah, because I think that it's like, I don't know. I think it fits on TikTok and Reels, but if we're trying to build like a legit like brand on the YouTube side, I think we do that. But yeah, so the overall, kind of like what you said, the goal of the channel is to create it around the brand of like just documenting it, because I think that's what a lot of people can get behind, you know. And like I've even there's from more of like a nerdy standpoint of like search volume and people that are searching for these specific type of things, is there really isn't as many people creating content around this stuff, like how to start a clothing brand, whatever, like apparel success. Like I think that's why it does really well, is because like there really isn't another channel that does something like that. So if we kind of like a hybrid of like, this is what we're learning along the way. I think the first one that I posted on YouTube, on the YouTube Shorts, it got like 800 views or something and like 40 likes, which is, I mean, it's not bad. And that's what then like brings people to the channel. And then obviously as we do more like unboxings and you know, obviously putting the podcast on there and stuff, I think that's where we'll get like the higher quality people that like are there to support just us as we're building.
Yeah. We have any subscribers on YouTube?
2. I think one of them's me.
One was mom.
No, I think I subscribed.
Okay, so they're both us.
Okay, cool.
We're getting views though, so that's all that matters. I mean, like I said, I don't really like with YouTube. I look at that more of like, we can have 50,000 TikTok followers and we can have 100 followers on, or 100 subscribers on YouTube, and like the quality there, like on YouTube, will most likely be better. And it's like we're just starting out too, so same thing. Like all the algorithms are the same. As YouTube's trying to figure out who to throw the content out to and stuff like that. And like obviously our videos will get better.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the biggest takeaway, probably from like that the dry spell that we had, was like consistency and patience, which can really be applied to anything like in life in general, but like being able to like get away from like the instant gratification.
Yeah.
And just like knowing that over time it'll like you'll grow, you'll have some success, but you can't like expect it right then.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the same thing like, well, like you said, you apply it to anything, but it's the same thing like a gym. It's like if you are expecting to lose, if you want to lose 20 pounds, you're not going to go to the gym for the next 20 days next 30 days, the next 60 days, like you're gonna see like gradual changes from day 1 to day 60, but like in the day to day of like stepping on the scale, it's not like, oh, I lost 5 pounds a day.
Yeah.
Lost 10 pounds.
Same thing with running too.
Yeah.
Most people don't have the
everything.
patience.
Literally everything.
Everything you
Anything that's worth having and that takes.
If you
that
do
takes
it for
work.
300 days, you're gonna get good at it.
Yeah.
Or for a whole year, 365.
So by the end of this year,
Just
we'll,
300 days.
But yeah, by the end of this year, we'll be.
That's what I'm saying is we're at what, like day 40 maybe. We're
Yeah.
only 1 month through 2023.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And we started
it's
probably
just if
just a
this
little bit
stacks
before.
on for 12 more months, like where could we be?
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten the. And that's the other thing too is like we haven't even. I want to make a video about this. Is we haven't even gotten the clothes yet.
Yeah.
Like we have, like we're not
still
gonna
like a
have
month
them
and a half
for the
away.
next 30 days. So I messaged the Coco, Coco Chen. She's the person from the manufacturer, and she's like, I messaged her. I was like, all right, just let me know when you come back. She's like, all right, we'll be back on the 30th. So we'll finally.
They get so much time off for work.
I know they're like mandatory Chinese New Year, 16 days off.
Everyone just stops
questions
working.
asked.
Like,
Yeah, everyone's just done.
dang.
Sweet.
But yeah, we'll get that, and then
I'm excited.
I have to just don't like remember what's it called? What we have to reorder because I forgot. It's been so long.
yeah.
I mean, I do remember. It's just like just getting like the specifics of what we have to do. But yeah, so other than that, I think that's the main updates.
Still growing, still feeling good. We got a lot of time. I think we're 6 months into it. I think we'll be at a very different place, and I'm excited. I think Alex always talked about like borrowed time. It's like you know what you're doing now. If you just keep doing it and time catches up, you'll get the success. So
Yeah, it's all a compound effect. It's like we're gonna reap the benefits from what we're doing today in like 60 days, 90 days, as long as we continue to do it. And then there was one other point I was gonna make, but I think I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. And as we go on too, not that I wasn't like bought into everything in the beginning, but it's so much easier, like with the success that we're having. It's like, okay, like this is like really, it's really becoming real now. Like I feel like it's.
You got
it's just,
hats. Oh, we made that. We'll have to do another video on it, but we made the photography studio. Well, it's not. I mean,
Oh,
it's, I literally just got backdrop paper that Darren had to curl up for me.
I
I did remember. So one thing that I think that I want to try is there's this his old marketing strategy I used to do for like local businesses, and what it was it's just like a giveaway contest. So I think it would work really well with what we're doing. So it's a contest, and what you do is there's this like Facebook chat bot thing that you can build out. And what you would do is like we'll just like throw out the link on like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I feel like that would go viral like pretty easily. Like people love free stuff.
Yeah.
And then they would go to the site, they would put in their information, and then what it would tell them to do is like, okay, to get more entries, like send this to, or like tag a friend in
Yeah,
the
I've seen
post.
things like that.
And then those people would go through, and then it just becomes this like flywheel of like one person comes in, they like tag 5 people, and then those 5 people go to the post, they tag, so it's just like
pyramid scheme.
yeah, exactly.
And then we don't send them anything. We pick 0 winner. We keep all the clothes.
And then we just make a fake profile and do a giveaway. It's like, all right, John Smith, you're a winner.
I've thought about this before, but I'm like, we don't even have any content yet, so it's not like we can implement this right now.
What?
The
doing a
giveaway.
giveaway?
Yeah, so it's just.
I mean, we
like
could.
Once we,
I mean, we could do like a. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, all right, you're the giveaway winner, you get it now. It could just be like a pre-launch, like
in 10 years.
So
we gotta
like
give him something nice though. We gotta
Yeah.
give him like a little set shirt.
I
and
think
some
people like the
joggers.
hats.
Well, the hats won't be like that won't be a staple for a while, just because unless people are gonna. I mean, we don't have the actual product, and it's like I think $60 a hat basically for us, like for just to have. So we'd like have to mark it up a little bit to make like for shipping and
sick.
stuff.
$200 hats coming.
We'll make it. We'll make like a super, what's the word? Exclusive like thing. Like all right, $200 for hats.
Usually 2,000.
we usually do 1,000, but we'll mark it down to
Big sale.
to 200.
All right.
All right. Siri, get out of here. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for episode. What was this? 4?
4.
Episode 4 in the books. Hopefully by episode 10 we'll have some clothes to to show off.
We should,
All right, guys. Make sure in the description there's our website, for the pre-launch, all that good stuff. Follow us on all the social medias, wherever you're finding us. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Talk soon.
Peace.
Peace.